On Monday morning, when I woke up, I was shocked lying in a freezing hospital bed with an IV hooked to my arm and with some terrible pain in my stomach. The only thing that I recognized was Mary sitting across the room with an awful look on her eyes. When she realized that I opened my eyes, she came over and started yelling at me. I couldn't understand what she was telling me. The only thing I could think of while she shouted at me was the disgusting smell of a poop in the room. Then I realized it was me.
Hello, Hipólito. I'm Dr. Vuelvas, and I have some life-changing news. Brace yourself. You're dying. I'm just kidding. But you have a very serious pathogen cocktail that we have to take care of. Your alcohol level was through the roof. The cocktail is all the root of your major symptoms, but you don't have to worry. With some medication and plenty of fruit, everything will go back to normal, and you will be okay.
I couldn't believe it. I'm not a scientist, but that's a lot of stuff, and the name of that pathogens are quite scary. Mary was shocked and confused. She asked Dr. Huelvas if she could be infected as well. After all, we do everything together. The doctor eased her mind when he explained that it was unlikely. After all, Mary was outside of town for a week, and all of these little creatures have an incubation period of 72 hours, and she wasn't showing any symptoms. The doctor began to ask some pretty serious questions. I could remember well and didn't want Mary to know that I was raving all week. He asked me,
What did you do all week?
I paused for a second and began to remember, or at least I tried. So I began to tell the doctor my story. It all started when Mr. Valdovin invited me to a club in León, Guanajuato. I didn't want him to go at first, but Toño insisted a lot. At the end, he convinced me to go. Mary shouted from across the room.
What? You went out with him? You know, I don't like him. Don't after what he did last month. Putting aside the fact that you lied to me about not seeing Toño anymore. You told me that you were going to have a work meeting in Mexico City.
She suddenly got up, came next to my bed, and slapped me so hard that I almost pooped again. Luckily, the doctor stopped her from hitting me again, so she left the room screaming as a devil. I was so confused and couldn't remember much, but the doctor wanted to know more, so I had to call Toño to know what happened over that crazy weekend. Lucky for me, Mary wasn't around. Toño picked up and I asked him what had happened on the weekend. He started to laugh and told me that I was the craziest dude that he ever met. He asked me what I was doing in the hospital and said,
I'm sure it's because of the 20 tacos that you ate on Jueves, my friend. You were so drunk and hungry that you didn't care about what you were eating. You even took some tacos from the floor that a fat guy had dropped. You said that you had an iron stomach, so it will be okay. The next day, when we woke up, we had a horrible hangover, so we decided to go to my cousin Juan Anselmo's ranch. So we went there and we started drinking beers again. After some hours, you were wasted again, so my cousin and his friends offered us meat from the grill. To be honest, the meat was not the best looking. It was greenish and with a strange smell, and the grill was too close to the pig pens for my taste. Since you got drunk again, you didn't care at all about it, and you ate 4 plates. You even tried to ride a pig and he threw you over the fence. You landed on some nasty water face first. After that, you passed out and we took you into the house. Saturday morning, you told us that you were feeling a little bit sick, so you had a sal de uvas. Then we convinced you to keep drinking in order to avoid the hangover. Later that day, we took you home and it's all I know. I hope it helps, Hipólito. I'm looking forward to see you more often.
Did you get that, Doc? It seemed that I lost my mind last weekend, so you tell me. What do you think is the main reason of my symptoms? I said. He immediately replied,
It looks that the shigella comes from the dirty water the pig threw you in. Also, it could be that you didn't wash your hands. The rest of the pathogens must come from the rotten meat you ate. You should get in contact with all the people that ate that they must be sick as well.
The doctor said. After a few minutes, Mary came back in. She looked even angrier than before. She had a mean look on her eyes. She yelled.
Toño just sent me some photos of your wild nice. My mom was right. You are not good for me. I don't want a drunk for a boyfriend. I should have stayed with Eugenio. We are over. You hear me? We are over.
And then just she hit me again and put the doctor and left me there with my pup rope and the doctor crying beside me. Since that day, my life began to suck.